recording now. Hi. So, are you ready for questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How to correctly fully pronounce your name? Just like Tan. I mean the second one,
Just call me Tan. Tan.
but the second one,
Chuan.
to-
Chuan.
Tuan.
Yeah, Chuan.
So
Chuan.
Tuan.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
Chuan, like Chuan.
Okay. So 1 second. So let's begin. Hello, Tuan. Uh,
Hello?
I want to ask you some questions today about fragrances and perfumes. So my first question will be um, about let's start with opening and warming up. So first question will be can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your lifestyle?
Well, I'm not a guy that uses perfume that much. However, but I do kind of need them when I go out in like special occasion and stuff like that. But in my lifestyle, it's not much. I usually just stay at home and do my work, and yeah, that's about it for my lifestyle. But about myself is that I love to research about technologies and like the current world technologies and how can we improve. Secondly, I like to talk with other people, especially people from Russia or any other Europeans or the United States, because I like to connect with other people. Thirdly, I love to play my games, like any kind of sports game or basically in general, right? So, and one more thing about me is that I am very, very consistent with what I do and what I like. Yeah, so that's about me. And yeah, my lifestyle is pretty, I think it would be pretty normal as like what other gamers would do. We just stay at home and just do focus on the work and focus how they want to live. Yeah.
Uh, Thank you very much. So next question. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about perfume?
Well, the first thing that comes up to my mind when I think about perfume is that sometimes it's a bit overwhelming for me because I don't use perfume. The reason why I don't use perfume is because there's no need for me to use the perfume. I'm not using it to meet my friends. I'm not using it on any special occasion. I don't need to. And second of all, it's kind of a little bit too expensive for me. So that's what I think about perfume. And another thing for me is that perfume for me is a little bit like a allergic for me. So every time when I try to use a perfume from my parents, I always get my nose hurt or I get a headache or migraine.
So, if you had to describe your personality as a scent, what would it be like and why?
Well, if I were to describe it, I will put it like a fruitish scent, where it can describe me as peace because to all my friends and to all the people that I met, they all say the same thing where I'm really kind from my personality. I'm really kind and I'm kind of really careful with everything I do. So I would say like I'm a bit peachy because in in my own country, when you grow a peach, you need to be careful with how they grow. So that's my scent. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And now let's go to a behavioral exploration. So I want to ask you, what do you think about the last perfume you bought, and what made you choose that one specifically?
Well, the last perfume I bought was actually a Chanel perfume from my home country, Malaysia. And the reason why I bought it was actually a gift for to my grandparents because they love perfume and they use it every single day. So I thought it was a good idea to buy a perfume that smells good and is reasonable and has a reasonable price for them and to show gratitude for how they treated me for over the years. That's one of the reasons why I bought the last perfume for them as a gift.
And when you test perfumes, what does your brain focus on first? The scent, the feeling, the bottle, brand story maybe, or something else?
Well, that's a good question. Every time when I test perfumes, I always, as I said, the scent is always number one for me. And for example, like the Chanel perfume that I bought from my grandparents, that perfume specifically smells really good. Yes, it smells like an appleish a scent, and it makes me feel like headache. I gain a migraine because of it. So I'm not really too good in perfume, but but in but the moment when my brain focused first was the how the bottle is shaped, whether it's able to easy to hold, whether it feels nice, whether it looks premium. In general, how it holds, how efficient I can use the bottle, basically that.
So, do you have any fragrance rules or like rituals? For example, do you have a scent for work, for dates, for stress, or for feeling confident?
Well, if sometimes if I'm going on the party, like something like I'm not too sure about rules. There's no rules for me to wear perfume, right? Because I can't really wear perfume of my allergies, right? So what what kind of scent for work? I would preferably choose, as I say, peach, like a peach scent, where it makes others around me feels calm when they talk to me, because I want them to feel approachable. Like I want them to feel that I'm very approachable. So that's one of the scent that for work, and for dates, like going on a romantic dates, I wouldn't obviously want peach, but I would preferably choose something more attractive than peach. Something that makes it happy, something that makes it for them very calm. So
Something
that's
affective.
yeah.
And like, what does luxury mean to you when it comes to perfume? What makes you feel, like confident about your perfume?
Well, for luxury, I feel that luxury perfumes are a bit overpriced, but it's worth it due to because of the efficiency it has on the perfume and the bottling itself, and their scent on the luxury perfume, it's much more complex than normal mass produced perfume, and it doesn't really stings my body. So I use that rarely, but not often. So that's like my go to perfume.
And when choosing a perfume, how influenced are you by like what others think? Friends, partners, influencers, or maybe I don't know, strangers. Have you ever been complimented on a perfume you're wearing, or like yeah, have you like wearing, wear before or wearing right now?
I've been complimented once, and that was a few years back when I wore perfume most of my time because for school, work, and occasions like parties, and I got complimented once, saying like I felt much more approachable and she says that I felt much more nicer than others because she felt calm when she came up to me. So that that scent that I put on was not peach. It was actually a luxury brand that I can't remember, but I know it was expensive. So I assume that is a luxury brand.
Makes sense. And when you wear perfume, what do you want it to do for you emotionally?
What it wants for me is to feel confident, honestly. And another thing, I want to feel happy every single time I smell it. Because if I don't feel happy, why should I wear it, you know? So I want a perfume that makes me feel confident and happy at the same time. So that's the goal that I have, some of the some of the perfumes that I have can do that actually. Some, but not all.
How much does the price point influence your purchase when shopping for perfume?
Well, it really depends on how much it actually costs to for me to buy, because it depends. Because some mass-produced perfume can cost out from 50 to 100, and luxury perfume can cost 150 to 200, and some are much more extreme, right? So it depends on the efficiency that it gives me. It depends on my benefits as well. So it really depends on the price, but every time when it comes down to I want it, I don't care about the price.
Mhm. And like, let's do. We're almost on closing part, and I want to ask you about some future thinking. Uh,
Yes.
is there any like? Is there an object you would like to or inspire to smell like, or like what would you prefer? Uh, what would your perfect scent smell like?
Well, as I said, my perfect scent is peach, and I found it through various amount of perfume, like luxury perfume, mass produced perfume, and I think that's just my perfect perfume. That the scent is just peach. However, there is one scent that I feel that it could rival peach, and that would be the apple tree wood scent, if you know what it is. Well, like, it smells similar to it, but in a different way. So that's one thing that I would love to have.
And when is the moment you would consider you need to smell good the most?
Easily in works, especially working with your boss, you have to go out and have a drink. You need to smell good, making a good first impression in deal making, and basically other stuff that's very special to you in your life. So that's one thing I would say.
And the last question: are there any personal important considerations about fragrance? Like maybe we forgot to mention about.
Pardon, can you repeat that question again?
So, are there any important like considerations in your terms that we forgot to mention about? What do you think? What do you think? Maybe I don't know. Is there any specific maybe considerations on like in your opinion?
Well, I would say it's the variety of the amount of perfume they have in the current market, like such as the apple tree wood smell. That's really good, but I can't seem to find it yet. And that's one thing that I hope that one specific scent, and the bottling itself, it needs to be holdable. Like it needs to fit my palm, so it's easy to spray out around my body, and it can be used in any kind of purpose, and it can fit on my pocket. So that's one thing that I would say that it will be good. Right. one thing I want to take it out, want to push it out there for every perfume company.
So thank you very much. I'm very happy.
Thank
It
you.
was a perfect interview and the perfect interviewer. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.